It's Week 11 of the NFL, and we'll see the dynamic Justin Fields. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Steelers and the Pats, and it's all up next.
Well, the weather not fully cooperating here in Pittsburgh, but that has not stopped Steeler Nation from filling the stands at a rain-soaked Acrisure Stadium. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So now here come the Patriots to take over on offense. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
It's second and inches at the 36-yard line.
First carry now for Ramondre Stevenson. Now the rushing numbers for Stevenson from last week: 14 carries, 77 yards.
Nice solid showing from him last week. Didn't blow the roof off with his numbers, but he certainly had a quality day and produced when called upon.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run once more with Stevenson. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. You look at this Steeler defense. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Now Milton. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week.
And oh, right away, he lost the football.
Justin Fields sacked.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
First carry for Najee Harris. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Setting up the screen, Harris. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Milton. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run. Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he continues to show off his ability to run the football when the opportunity is right. He is the NFL leader in rushing yards from the QB position. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. This a 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on 3rd. Fields now to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away.
In punt formation for the Steelers.
.39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. New England trying to get a place on offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. To throw, it's Milton. Now this complete to Polk. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Here's Milton. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Josh Oliver. And that'll make it 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. You look at this Steeler defense. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
The best defenses I know, they draw lines in the sand and say you're not going to cross that. For most of them, it's 100 yards of total offense. It didn't quite accomplish that, but still a pretty darn good game last week. Just over 100 yards of total offense given up.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. We sort of suspected that the elements might wreak havoc on both of these offenses, and that's been the case. No points on either side as this drive begins with a 1st down. He's able to force his way through 1 man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 98 yards, 2 shy of 100.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a changeup.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. The Steelers at 7-2 here on the year. Their head coach, he's got them believing in themselves. They've won 7 of their last 9 games now.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Here's Fields. Dances by him. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Harris running straight ahead. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Now 2nd and 9. Fields. A short one there to Freiermuth. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Back to throw. Fields. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
55-yard attempt.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
But he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. Here's Bryce Behringer on now to punt. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And that to the 30, it'll be 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. And that will be incomplete.
How about the show put on by these two defenses in this first half? The fireworks don't have to be just offensively. Neither one of them given an inch, and that's good coverage once again there to force another fourth down.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Here's Milton now to throw. To the sideline and incomplete.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
He'll drop that underneath to ETN. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football. The offense on third down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing is Milton. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. The Steelers offense and running back Najee Harris set to take over once more. And as we transition into the second half of the season, you can see he's the NFL's leader in rushing touchdowns. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And given the elements, this might have been what we would have expected, Charles. Scoreless into the second quarter.
The elements have definitely played a part in this game, a big part. And I think that both teams have been a little slow to adjust their playbook and start playing to whatever their strengths are in these conditions.
On the give, this is Harris. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So here's a 3rd and 14. Now Fields. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season, and that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Patriots ready to get the football back. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Able to slither by. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. To the right side, this is Stevenson. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. To throw, it's Maye. Flush to it, and he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Patrick Queen has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Now a first down carry for Harris. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 48 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
A gain of 3, second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Patriots' 36-yard line.
Now a toss play. It's Harris. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Holding offense.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. They'll toss to Harris. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 3rd down and 13. Now it's Fields. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing here is Maye. That one caught by Polk. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Here's Maye. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Here comes the Pittsburgh Steelers and running back Najee Harris. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. he's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. On fourth down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away.
In punt formation for the Steelers.
Here's Jones on the return. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. New England's offense set to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Straight ahead, Etienne. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On first down, right back to Etienne. Able to avoid him at the 40. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Another tote for Etienne. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards there and a first down. They'll throw with Maye. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
First down, New England.
They go play action now. Maye. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. To the air, Maye. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
A give for Stevenson, running right. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here's Chad Ryland now on for the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the second quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. Wonder if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone.
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so, because the run has been very effective for them.
Finding Harris over the middle. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Buying time to his left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw is Fields. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the 1st down. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones, because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a 1st down.
So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the visiting Titans who were able to walk away with the road victory. Will Levis, strong in the win, as his guys run their record to 8-2 with the W. If you missed the first half, there's not much to get you caught up on. Just the lone field goal accounting for the entirety of the scoring. A 3-0 game to this point, as both defenses have been strong so far.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's run the ball well to this point in the season, right there in the mix for NFL leaders in rushing. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And maybe time for this offense to really hit the reset button. They were shut out in the first half, but still, they're right in this game.
They certainly are. What I like about it is that you actually continue to play. You know, you just find a way to make a few plays yourself, and you noted it. Right there on the border in this game, they're not that far off. Just got to find a play or two, and they could be very happy at that point.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
Offside. Defense.
So naturally they will decline it. They got the first down anyway on the play.
Who needs a penalty when you picked up the first down through hard work and effort anyway? First down.
They'll run again with Harris. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. Going to run the toss here to Harris. Oh, what a juke into space. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 98 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Back to throw. Fields. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. Boswell's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's 2nd down. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise him with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Play action. Maye. Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So no gain on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. And good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up. 2nd and 7. On play action, Fields. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. That is caught. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Pittsburgh Steeler. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag. We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
From the gun on third down, Fields. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
On third down, he obviously wants to throw the football, but there's nowhere to go with it, so he takes off and goes. And now does he get to the first down marker? He blows right past it and picks up big yardage. Partner, that's a great bit of improvisation.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Now they fake the jet sweep there and a run instead with Harris. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Looking to throw. Fields. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Ronnie Perkins coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. New England trying to get to place on offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, it's Stevenson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Looking to throw. Maye. Escaping the pressure. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That's a corner that got in there for the sack. Dante Jackson.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 115 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From the 36, Fields eluding the pressure right. A nice little juke, and he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. They hand this off to Harris, and for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
at the 45-yard line.
Harris running straight ahead. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
Brings up third and 6.
From the gun, here's Fields. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. From the 23, this is 2nd and 3. This is Harris. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
5-yard gain on the play. That's another Steelers first down.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Fields. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Keon White got in there for the sack.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks. Pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Flash those fast feet, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line as he can't get any closer to the end zone. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Fields. That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Pats at the line ready to go. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. The tackle by Cole Holcomb from the 34-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. And they go play action with Maye. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. The offense on third down tonight, an almost unimaginable 0 for 10 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he will have a Patriots first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on third and inches. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Stevenson going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Stevenson again. And this time he's going to lose yardage as they push him back to the 4-yard line. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. They'll run for it. It's Stevenson. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Ramondre Stevenson. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Pushing his way through. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They run again with Harris. Breaks through the contact, and he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. On the give, this is Harris. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. This is Harris. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 3rd and 19. Fields now to throw. A short one there to Freiermuth. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And the drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Holding offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Out of the gun, they give it to Stevenson. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down. They run once more with Stevenson. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with 3rd down coming up. From the gun, it's Maye. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. They'll try the left side with Stevenson. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're going to look to throw. Forced out to his left, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here's 2nd down. From the shotgun, Maye with it. Now this complete to Polk. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Final minute of play. Here's 2nd and 10. All eyes on Fields. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Patriots send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back to throw. Fields. Oh, but a great tackle there. Going to hold him to no gain as the clock runs. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That's caught by Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Here's Fields. That one down the field for Freiermuth. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. Of course, the game can end with a defensive penalty, so they'll get one more crack.
So now you get an untimed play, which should be the last one, unless it happens again and there's another defensive penalty.
Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So for Pittsburgh, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for New England, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they will finally get an extra week to heal up a bit as they will get the late bye in Week 12. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.